Hello. Well, I got these other words to add to this disability thing. Well, part of it, of me wanting to get the disability, is to be myself, to potentially, because I like to dabble, and I enjoy to do the whole spiritual-ish kind of lifestyle. At the same time, I have a feeling, and with this feeling, it's like a realization of, well, the things that I do it never just stop. They keep going. It's like a ripple. It's a never-ending ripple. And so, if I had disability, per se, I would be getting paid to stay home and to keep putting happy-ish off nations, what it is, of vibes, like good vibes or whatnot. Because, well, if I have money, then that means I'm gonna get food, no matter what. I'm gonna be able to have the roof, and I'm gonna be able to have the time to do what I want, be able to wake up when I want, be able to stay on my clock, my natural clock. And at the same time, I'm basically focusing myself into a point where I believe that we should be in a society, or I want to live in a society, that I wake up whenever I want to. I go out and voluntarily go learn any skill. So, such as today, I'm going to go learn how to flip burgers. So I'm going to go down to any restaurant that serves burgers, and then I'm going to cook it, and then before it gets served, a robot, essentially, or that of an overseer, or at least a robot in some cases, because there's only going to be so many overseers that have time to come over there and do it. Because sometimes that overseer is the runner, or the owner of the business, and they didn't get enough volunteers to go wait tables or something like that, which would kind of mean like it would be necessary to kind of set up to kind of already have the volunteer list before that happens. Just an idea. And then that robot says it's preferable, so that person can eat it, and you cook it. And then all the experts come together and they word whatever it is. So like a science experts come together and they word it, and then the world votes on it based off the understanding, which is truthful, clear, and just overall what it is, and the world votes on it because you represent yourself. Because there's a point where we have phones that we can say yes or no to for things. We have that time. If there was a point where we could have it, where we could, or we wanted it to where we voted on things, because you know how many times you're sitting and you're on Facebook, said the empowerment, FB or Bookface, you could be scrolling yes or no for other things. There's a point where it's like, sure, you don't like to vote because you feel that your vote doesn't get heard or doesn't count towards anything. There's a point where it doesn't matter what you vote as, because possibly it's already determined who's going to run and who's going to do this. And that's why I say we should have video cameras on them, especially because there's a point where That's a whole nother thing about the chip and numbers being tattooed on you. Why? That makes no sense when we can just have a camera, not have to change anything about the physical body at all. Or hey, we can just start trusting each other. Oh. Yet there's a point where they should be, those politicians or whatnot should be video cameraed all the time. You want to represent me? You get video cameras all the time, because I want to know who said what. You guys can finish your discussions. That's the only time a backdoor deal can happen, is because it's in play of a deal. After the fact, when that door opens back up to signify that conversation and discussion is finished, I want to know who said what and why. You're representing me. You know, there's a point where I didn't pick you. I didn't pick you to represent me. I was just born and was per se learning in an educational way of what kind of everything is, / going up against the brainwashing aspects of school. And now I have more age to me, so I have a little bit more skills in displaying in my correlation of what I want in life and what I'm willing to do for it. And so now I can choose who represents me. At the same time, there should be a social media app for the government where you can see exactly who did what. No more searching everywhere. No more saying, oh, the news said this. Oh, well, it's the legit site that says this. It says the exact truth. It's all transparent. It's all clear. It's all truthful. It's just exactly what has happened. And you can see exactly why they're voting on it. Because before they vote on anything, they get to say exactly what they voted on it for, and their reasons, and their thoughts, and their point of view and their perspective of if they're an oil conglomerate or whatnot, why they voted yes for oil things. Is it because you're going to get more money? Or is it because it's actually the perspective of representing the whole, which means it's actually good, or in like the preferableness for the whole, not just yourself? Because it's basically what you're supposed to do with that job. As a politician in the government, you're supposed to do it as how is it going to affect everybody in a preferable way. Not there's going to be these points where it doesn't affect everybody in a positive way, because it's only going to affect me in a potentially exquisite way. There's a point where no. Same thing with if they have $1 million, they can't get any more money. Like, this goes for everybody, I believe. If you have $1 million, the rest of that money goes into like a trust fund, potentially. And when you burn through all that $1 million, you already have another $1 million. Because when you have a house, you have food. What else do you really need? What else do you need to keep spending that money on? I mean, potentially, it's you always have it. Yet, you know, if everybody gave everybody $500,000, or even $1 million, you know how much, like literally that right there would change. Everybody would have a house, everybody would have a job, everybody. And if they didn't do something like invest that money somehow or something like that, then they don't necessarily get another $1 million. Okay, well, kind of definitely changed the topic on that one. Anyway, or nevertheless, so by me keeping able to do the good vibes or whatnot, well, there's an aspect of it too. Like, I can if I continue doing what I'm doing right now, waking up when I want to, I can focus on, boom, putting so much effort into just being in the moment, of just presenting exactly what's in the moment. Never worrying about what's the future going to hold, because I know I'm going to be able to eat in a timely manner. I know I'm going to be able to eat and not be rushed to do anything else. Because there's a point where I don't want to be stressed out at all. Because it's, like 5 things. So you have 8, 3, 4, and 5. So those 3, 4, and 5 hours of your 8, 3, 4, 5 are your personal time, because you're potentially sleeping 8, working 8, and sleeping, or 3, 4, 5 in different days, to doing your laundry, to doing this, doing everything you personally need to get done. Except, well, if one of those retrospects falls down from 100% of itself to 90%, the other areas, because it's not that 10% of that 90% goes away at all. It just goes to somewhere else. And so now that one isn't that where, so now there's one that has 90 and the one that has 110 and the rest have 100. That 110 isn't going to work as hard anymore, because it doesn't have to. The 90 is going to work twice as hard because it has to. The other ones are going to have to make up for the difference. And at the same time, I don't want to be distracted from what's going on. I want to be able to keep on doing the good vibes and stuff like that without having to work as hard. It's just, those in the mainstream of life or whatnot, they have it easy. You have it easy. Why? Because all you have to do is say yes and go with the flow of whatever it is. You're not backtracking. You're not going against the grain. You're just already walking somebody else's life. So from that standpoint, you have it easy. Myself, on the other hand, that wants to live my life, that wants to do my thing, I have to work twice as hard, and so does everybody else. Yet I know that I'm going to be enjoying my life never dependent on the situation. Because I know that I woke up, I did what I enjoyed when I enjoyed it. And if that's it, then that's it. There's a point where I know that I'm a passer through here of this time. So it doesn't really matter what I do. It just matters how I do it and the actions that accrue with it. Anyway,